This week on NHRA Today. I'm Steve Evans at Force World USA in Yorba Linda, California.
Hi, I'm John Force, six-time funny car champ. I'm going to show you my new home.
And I'm Austin Coyle with a demonstration that'll blow you away.
All that and more on this week's NHRA Today.
NHRA Today is brought to you by Mopar, Chrysler Corporation Parts, and the Chrysler Plymouth Dodge Jeep and Eagle dealers who sell and install them.
The SRA Xfinity Series came to the Homestead Miami Speedway for race number 5 this season, in which last season was the season finale, with Femi Olat taking home the championship over Bobby Zielinski and Marcus Richardson winning the actual race itself, on a track that does produce pretty good racing over the years. On the pole was a surprising qualifying run from Ronnie Norman. He got the pole at the start, but he had a terrible start as Chance Crum got to the outside, got by Norman. Tyler Deschamps with the second, Caleb Eisenhower make it 3 wide. He would take over the first spot, and Ryan Norman would go from the pole to 5th place in the span of 1 corner on the very first lap of the race. And then we'd go to lap 23, and Tyler Deschamps would catch up to Chance Crum. He would get to the inside and turn 1 and 2, along with Alex Peck as well, and Deschamps would take over the number 1 spot and Peck would take the number 2 spot. And then things got worse for Crum. At turn 4, he would slide up into the outside wall, and Ryan Norman would plow into him. Big time damage for both of those cars early on in the race. And then things went from bad to worse for Ryan Norman. He was falling back on number 33. David Shutt would slide up and get into Ronnie's left rear corner panel. They would both spin to the inside. No further damage done, but the first caution of the race would come out. Then lap 43, Alex Peck was behind Tyler Deschamps for the lead when he inadvertently hit him in the left rear corner. Deschamps would slide up the hill, and he would fall back to the 5th spot as Alex Peck took over the race lead. And then things got even worse for Ryan Norman. Lap number 57, he would get hooked by Sean Williams and would crash hard into the outside wall. The day was done for the pole sitter, Ronnie Norman. And then lap 69, Eric Sable gets loose on the exit turn for overcorrects right in front of Luis Salmaso. He would crash into the wall, and poor Ronnie Norman was in it once again, as if his day got any worse for him. And John Shipman also got a piece of this as well. And then on a restart lap number 74, Brett Buncari made a gamble and stayed out on old tires. Tyler Deschamps made quick work of him and passed him in turn number 3. But just after he made that pass, a few cars back behind him, there was a big pileup. Derek T. Darling checked up, and Alex Peck got into the rear of him. Peck goes sliding into the wall. Darling crosses right in front and gets smashed by Connor Anton. Also, Austin Roberts was involved in this wreck as well. A 4-car pileup on the exit of turn number 4. And then from then on, it would be all Tyler Deschamps who would end a long winless run and pick up his first win of the season in the SRA Xfinity Series at Homestead. But behind him, there was a battle with Justin Gable and Delonte Ballard that went wrong. Gable gets into the back of Delonte while battling for its top 10 position. They both go spinning in the infield. Delonte Ballard would get the worst of it and fall outside the top 10 as a result of that spin. The final results were Tyler Deschamps with the win, Caleb Eisenhower 2nd, David Shutt 3rd, Michael Grillo in 4th, Nikolas Shelton 5th, Femi Olat 6th, Bobby Chase 7th, Justin Gable 8th, Sean Williams was in 9th, and Josh Robinson out of the top 10 after the race at Homestead. In the point standings, now with 2 dropped races counted, Alex Peck is the leader by 1 over Tyler Deschamps, Nikolas Shelton. Then it's David Shutt, Femi Olat, Nikolas Shelton, Ariane, Justin Gable, Delonte Ballard, and Jerry T. Dillon round out the top 10. We'll take a quick break and come back with highlights of the J. Robin Gen 6 series at Kentucky.
Did you hear what I said earlier? When that motor's making horsepower and that nitro's just a belching out of them pipes. watch these smoke in the tires. You can't calm the car down. You can't even cool it down. But you can always cool the driver down. With Powerade. Now, is that sucking up or what?
Next Sunday, live on TNN Motorsports, the Miller Pontiac, burning up the points field, and number 2 wants to stay number 1. But the season's still young. Can Rusty keep up the drive, or will the new ride slow him down? Get in, sports fans. The trip's gonna be wild, because TNN Motorsports is behind the wheel, live from the Monster Mile at Dover Downs. Winston Cup Budweiser 500 next Sunday, 12 noon Eastern, only on TNN Motorsports.
Suspension components, struts, shocks, and springs.
What are they, and how do they affect your car's ride?
We'll tell you all about it this week on Shade Tree Mechanic.
Shade Tree Mechanic, today, 6:30 p.m. Eastern on TNN.
The SRA Gen 6 Series presented by J. Robin Freed came to the Kentucky Speedway for their 5th race in the season, and with the man who'd been dominating the whole season, Nikolas Shelton, not here, the door was wide open for almost anyone to win the race. Ariano was on the pole, but he and David Shelton were touched on the very start of the race, setting off a bit of a chain reaction that forced Caleb Eisenhower to go way wide. As the field would go into turns 1 and 2, there was contact with Alex Peck at the Delonte Bauer. That sent him and Eisenhower up the hill, and Eisenhower dropped down the order. Lap number 6, there was a colossal mess of spins. Lachlan McMillan gets loose next to turn 2, then behind him, Timothy Johnston and Chris DeShong would spin. They were crashing into the wall, and Caden Henry was involved as well. And the part looked like it had oil on it. And then on the restart, lap number 11 is a big checkup on the inside line. Tyler DeShong gets into Christopher Matthews, who punts Justin Gable. And then Femi Olan, who was also on the outside, would slide down, and he and DeShong were alive, and both were crashing into the outside wall as well. As the rank also collected Caleb Eisenhower as well in this mess, and the second caution of the race would come out on lap number 11. Then lap number 32, there was more mayhem. Eric Sable, Nick Norfolk, and Jerry Dominique were free wide, but both Sable and Dominique would get sideways in turn 1 and 2. Both pull off incredible saves, but things didn't go from bad to worse for Sable. A couple laps later, he gets hit in the rear by Lachlan McMillan. He would again slide up the hill and would not have any damage to that 36 Toyota, but he would drop way, way down the order. Then later on the number 66, Tyler DeShong was in the lead as the exchange of green flag pit was starting. David Shelton would go by and take over the lead once again from the 25. But then lap 70, as he hit Iowa back for the lead, they would touch in the front straightaway. Both would make incredible saves, but that would force 3 other cars to join this pack and make it a 5-car fight for the lead between Shutt, Bobby Cheney, Alex Peck, and also Nick Norfolk in the mix as well. But then eventually, Ariati would come back to reclaim the lead on lap number 70 as David Shelton would come in to start a second cycle of green flag pit stops. And then after Ariati would pit lap number 95, Alex Peck was battling Bobby Cheney for the lead, and Peck would get to the inside and then take over the race lead. But then a few laps after those guys pit lap number 100, Jonathan Shippen would lose it at turn 2 and smash the inside retaining wall. That would cause the third caution race to fly, and more mayhem would ensue afterwards. As the field restarted lap 108, the field was 4 wide and exited turn 2, and Blake Freeman gets loose on the exit of turn 2, gets into Lachlan McMillan, and both would go spinning head on into the inside retaining wall. That would produce the 4th caution of the race. And then after another restart, lap number 115, there was a fight for the lead, but Delonte Bauer gets it all wrong in the entrance to turn 1, tries to overcorrect it, but runs out of room and crashes hard in the outside retaining wall. That was the 5th caution of the race on lap number 115. And then the final restart, lap 120, Ariani was in the lead with Eric Sable, who stayed out along with a few others to take the number 2 spot. Sable would actually get close and actually challenge Audi for the lead at one point. But as we were starting for a green flag finish, Nicholas Caressel gets too high on a turn 2, hits the outside retaining wall, slides down, and spins to the inside. and that would force Neil to come out for the final time, lap number 126. And with that, the race would end under the caution flag as Ariani comes out of turn number 4, and he would take his first win of the SRA Gen 6 Series presented by J. Robin Free at Kentucky Speedway under the caution flag. The final results were Ariani, Eric Sable, Bobby Cheney, Connor Anton, Nick Norfolk, David Shutt, John Robin, Justin Gable, Alex Peck, and Sean A. Williams. With a good run for him, he would get the top 10 spot. In the point standings, Nikolas Shelton, who has been dominant so far, has a big 15-point lead over Femi Olant, then it's Alex Peck, Ariani, Bobby Cheney, David Shutt, Nicholas Caressel, Nick Norfolk, Tyler DeShawn, and Connor Anton around the top 10, with 2 top races now in effect in the point standings. And in the team standings, it would be Repertoire Racing in the lead, Heavy Harry Motorsports in second, GMHR in third, The Grinch in fourth, Psycho Spirit Motorsports in fifth, East Coast Outlaw Racing in sixth. The part-timers will round out the top 7 in the team standings when we head on to the next set of races.